Love it or hate it, there is no denying that Hello Games' No Man's Sky was one of the most anticipated games of the year, promising a giant universe to explore, beautiful graphics and its own unique wildlife. The game managed to catch the attention of gamers everywhere from very early on in development, but like all pieces of art, No Man's Sky didn't just appear out of nowhere. In fact, the team behind the game has spoken extensively about their influences and inspirations behind the creation of one of 2016's biggest games. Though it's a game that some are hailing as revolutionary, the basic concepts behind No Man's Sky are actually inspired by an extremely old title, Elite. Though barely known in the United States, Elite is a cult classic in the UK, where it was released on the BBC Micro and Acorn Electron computers in 1984, and eventually ported to a lot of different platforms, including the Amistad CPC. Though the graphics are extremely crude by today's standards, most of the building blocks for No Man's Sky are very present. Elite was an open-world space simulator where the player worked as a freelancer, taking both piracy and military jobs to get credits. Players could then upgrade their ships and equipment or buy fuel. The ambitious game had a big impact on British gamers in the 80s, including a young Sean Murray who would later go on to co-found Hello Games. He spoke about how the game inspired him in an interview with The Guardian, saying, "At the same time I had my Amstrad computer, and I was playing Elite. I could go outside and see these amazing night skies. Then I would play this game and see thousands of stars that I could actually visit, and I wanted to visit every one of them." The games of Novagen Software, which included stuff like the Atari's Encounter and the Mercenary series, have also been cited as influences, since they also feature a lone space traveller who slowly discovers things about ancient alien societies. When it comes to the sci-fi elements of the game though, the team at Hello Games decided to look at some of the genre's most influential writers, including Frank Herbert, Robert Heinlein, Arthur C. Clarke and Isaac Asimov. Herbert's Dune was especially important in developing how the universe of the game would function. According to Murray, it's such an amazing book, and it paints this picture of a world that's so believable. Everything about all of the systems. I think that's a really good thing about a really good sci-fi. It just makes total sense that you get lost in the world a little bit. But it was Heinlein they turned to when trying to develop the game's sense of loneliness, as the team believed that he captured the feeling better than any other writer in the genre. While the artifacts found throughout the game were mostly inspired by Clarke's 2001 A Space Odyssey. Another aspect of No Man's Sky that has drawn attention is the game's haunting soundtrack, which was created by British rock group 65 Days of Static. The band was actually chosen for their science fiction expertise. That's because they had scored an alternate updated version of Silent Running, a sci-fi cult classic, and their soundtrack had proved to be a big hit with the fans, including the guys at Hello Games. After they were approached to make the No Man's Sky soundtrack though, they looked to other video game soundtracks for inspiration. The band has said that one musical gaming moment in particular really inspired them, when the player first arrives in Mexico in Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption. 65 Days of Static's Paul Walensky spoke about this moment saying, "We heard Sean Murray mention, more than once, a game called Red Dead Redemption, which again we had not played, but I think there's this one moment halfway through the game where you're crossing the border into Mexico, and this piece of music just comes in, and I think they're singing on the music for the first time, and it's a very cinematic experience. So it's less computer game music which has inspired us, but more acknowledging the form of it, what you can do in a computer game which you cannot do in other forms, like actively soundtrack an experience the player has." Aside from Elite, one other game probably had the biggest impact on No Man's Sky, 2012's indie hit Journey. The games include many similar elements, including the lonely environments, scattered relics, a very minimalistic narrative, and a melancholic soundtrack, which 65 Days of Static has also said they look to for inspiration. In fact, Sean Murray has singled out Journey again and again as one of his favourite indie games, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that some of his DNA ended up in No Man's Sky as well. But let us know what you guys think. Was No Man's Sky worth the wait, or was it ultimately a bust? From what I've seen in the gaming news recently, it's not looking too great for No Man's Sky, but you guys, tell me what you think if you've already played it. Is it any good? No comment showcase this week, but we still have a trivia question for you. Last week we asked you who was the first ever ruler to establish a centralized kingdom in Skyrim, and the answer was A. King Harold. This week's No Man's Sky question is, according to Hello Games, how many planets are found in the game? Is it A. 98 million, B. 52 quintillion, C. 18 quintillion, or D. 69 billion? Tell me your answer in the comments section below, and if you really are an eager beaver to find out what the answer is, I have done a video on my personal channel covering No Man's Sky, which involves the answer right here. But to make it difficult, I'm not going to tell you exactly what my channel is. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name is Andrew, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you've not done so already, and I'll see you guys on another video.